qualifying. Take your time, game. Don't know all day. Another minute, oh my days. There we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time of the week again, Friday night. That only means one thing, SBS Division 2. This week we're in Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. Many drivers' home Grand Prix, that didn't make sense. We'll carry on. It's a wet qualifying. It's the first time we've had one of these in a while. Test the driver's skills. I'm not sure how the race is gonna be. We'll find that out in the near future. We don't have any debutants, which is quite... No, we do have one debutant, BGK_Yashin in the Haas. He's going to have the spotlight. The first car out is the Aston Martin, I think that was. Oh, it was. I don't know who it was. I don't think it was the Aston Martin. We'll find out in just a minute when the game lets us have a look. It was Wheelo, the AlphaTauri. I was close enough. Got the Aston right. It is full wet conditions. Yeah, the Netherlands, a very, very rainy country. I'm sure the drivers are up for the challenge. Standings haven't been updated since last time out, which is a bit embarrassing from whoever does them. They've had a good 2 weeks. I can't really say much because it used to be my job, but then I didn't have the time. But this division, not league, sorry, deserves the absolute best behind the scenes, considering the drive and skill on track. Wheelo has already spun on the banking. He will not be the first to set a lap. Instead, it'll be the Haas driver of haters. Let's hope Wheelo doesn't get disqualified, as we've saw it before. He is reversed. And Haters has done the exact same thing, spun on the banging. And meanwhile, there's a McLaren and a Ferrari who have stood still. Everyone's having a bit of a mess in the Zandvoort rain. Wheelo decides to box. What about Haters? Anyway, we've got the McLaren Plimbull now. Will he spin on the banging? Plimbull doesn't take it flat out, and Plimbull doesn't spin on the banking. That is a good sign. But what is not a good sign, he's got a very slow Haas car in front of him who was doing a lap that started in 4th gear. That's not very good. Anyway, Plimbull will be the one that we'll watch. It's his first race in a McLaren. He's normally an AlphaTauri reserve. This time it's a McLaren. Goes into the banking. A very nice smooth turn, but you can't get the power down too early unless you will spin. Into the final Maggots and Beckett style corners as Haters has broke his front wing at the end of the first sector. Plimbull's sector 1 time is a 28.258, I believe that was. Into the very tricky second sector, the trickiest part of the track. He gets a bit of rear wheel spin, he manages to keep it alive. Into the second and final DRS detection point. It doesn't really matter though because it's wet conditions. The second sector, his time is a 57.186. Purple sector, he's the first driver to set a time lap. Around the final hairpin he goes. Into the penultimate corner. And around the banking, he had a wobble at the start of the lap. Can he nail it at the second part of... that doesn't make sense. At the last part of his lap. Plimbo crosses the line for the first time to get a 121.9, a very decent lap. I do not know what times are good around here in the wet conditions. LFR Kalman crosses the line to get a 123.0, that takes him into P2. How about the Mercedes of Cyber Joe going around the final banking? His sector 2 time was a 57. What is his sector 3 time? It's a 122.26. The Haas decides to pit. What about the Red Bull of more games? He has invalidated his lap. His teammate though has not. Peliguard Jr., a man who has not been able to prove himself just yet in Division 2, has a lot of potential. Got a purple sector 1. There's yellow flags in sector 1. It is the Mercedes who I believe is spun at the banking. Let's have a quick look at that. Yes it is. It is Cyber Joe with no front wing. Back to Peliguard Jr. Going into... I'm just... second because I'm missing a lot of drivers crossing the lap. Lucar gets a purple 3rd sector but not enough for pole. Tom Go Pro gets a 121.495. Ballunatic gets a 121.8. I can't know because I've got the thing wrong. What is it? Interval. There we go. Fastest lap. There we go. There's more yellow flags as it is just Cyber Joe slowing down. Oliveira goes P2 with a 121.8. And Peliguard Jr. does get the fastest lap with a 121.3. Meanwhile, we've got the Ferrari of LFR Kalman in the gravel trap. We've got BJK Yasin, the only debut in this race. What can he do? He's going around the banking, takes it quite aggressively, crosses the line, gets a 122.1, only takes him up into P6. How about More Games, who is spun just as we join him? Wheelo, a man who didn't get a set of lap time in his first run-in. What can Wheelo do? There's more yellow flags in sector 1. I believe that's just drivers going slow along with Ballunatic going off the track. Wheelo finishes sector 2 with a 56.599, a very decent time. It's not quite purple, but what can he do in the final sector? Crosses the final hairpin. He's got More Games in front of him, who's just recovered from a spin. Around the penultimate turn, a very wide exit, taking the banking in 5th gear, not quite going full throttle. Best way to take it, 7th gear. Crosses the line, gets a 120.8, and that is your pole time by just over 5 tenths. Who else is on the lap? King 05 Alpha has invalidated. Alpha and Lucart's going slow. BJK Yasin, I believe, is going slow. Ballunatic going slow. Plimbo, who is up on his time, crosses the line. Does not improve. B. Oliveira, a man who I believe is on a lap. Oliveira going into the fast right hand at one of the trickiest turns of the track. There's more yellow flags in sector 1. Maybe the Mercedes had a little bit of a wobble. We do not know. Ballunatic around the final corner of sector 1. Oliveira around the second final, around the penultimate corner, around the banking, one of the steepest bankings in the Formula 1 calendar. He doesn't decide to pit, but he decides to go right next to the pit wall. Oliveira improves by 2 tenths, but it's only enough for P3. He needs to find more out of the lockout if he wants to challenge for front row. It's looking very comfortable for Peliguard Jr. and Wheelo. I believe Wheelo is on a lap. He is up on his time by 0.0. There's yellow flags in sector 1. Let's have a look at the Aston Martin. Kaipai, who has not set a lap yet, is about to set a lap, crosses the line, gets a 121.7, only enough to take him into P7. The Mercedes Cyber Joe is about to start his lap, but there's a Ferrari behind him who's doing the exact same, and there's an Alfa Romeo behind him who's about to finish a lap. Alfa and Lucar is up on his time by 7 and a bit tenths. Goes around the bank in, hesitates a little bit, up short trips into 7th gear, flat out. Crosses the line, it's a 121.3. It's not enough to challenge for P3, but it's enough to get P4 comfortably. Wheelo secures his provisional pole. Will he be the one to get in the lower 20s? Maybe, maybe not. Super Mug is on a lap. The Ferrari who would join before. Cowman is in a wall. He's hitting the wall multiple times. I feel bad for the poor thing. It has feelings. The Mercedes of Lunatic crosses the line, improves by 7/10 and pushes Luca out of the top 4 position with a 121.13. The Red Bull crosses the line to, I believe, start his lap. Yes, I am correct. There's a Williams crossing the line who I believe is starting his lap. There's a Haas crossing the line. It's Hayes. First time lap he is going to set, and it's only going to be enough for P9. That's the Martin behind him. Kai gets P5 with a 121.2. How about the Mercedes? Lunatic has spun. What about his teammate Cyber Joe around the penultimate corner? Doesn't take the runoff curve on the exit. I believe he is not on a lap. His ERS is not going down a lot. He has hit the wall on the exit of the bank, and that wasn't very good by him. Starts his lap. I believe he had a slow out lap, but the Haas of Hayes is going for another one, but BGK starts his lap. Wheelo gets the fastest lap yet again. Just showing the competition what he's made of. LFR Cowman is agonizingly getting back to the pits. Mo Games, the only driver to not set a lap, will come back with him in just a second as his teammates about to start it. There is also an Alfa Romeo Tongo Pro who's going to start his lap. Plimbo has decided to put on the intermediate tyres. He has not left the garage yet, but that will be very, very interesting if he decides to take the Inters on the final run. There is a spin. It is Cyber Joe, but meanwhile, Mo Games, I believe he's pit. Mo Games is not getting a lap in. This is not what he needs. The Williams gets pole position with a 120.3. Out of absolute nowhere, Wheelo now needs to improve on his time. There's a Haas. BGK, Yasin, it's not Yasin, it's Hayes, crosses the line to get a 121.478. Another Mercedes, I believe he did spin, and he is into the pits, and he's tested the limits of the pit speed limiter. I said that wrong, don't come at us, not in the mood. The Haas driver of BGK Yashin, I mentioned he was on a lap before. He's 2/10 up on his final time. Oh, I've run away by accident. He crosses the line. There's a 121.6. That does not improve him on his time. Wheelo behind him decides to pit, and there is a Mercedes going backwards. Let's hope he does not get disqualified. There's a Red Bull coming up who is on a lap, so he needs to move sooner or later. Peliguard Jr. Can he challenge for pole position? He's 5/10 up on his time. What's it going to be? Peliguard Jr. crosses the line. It's a 120.250. 7/10 up on his time. That is provisional pole for the Red Bull man. The Alfa Romeo goes up into P3. That is a very decent lap by him. How about the Williams? What can he do to secure his place up the front row? Nothing just quite yet as he decides to pit. Testing the limits of the pit limit yet again, but there is a Haas BGK Yasin. It's not Yasin, it's Hayes who moves up into P5. Meanwhile, Kai behind him improves by a 10.5, but it's not enough to move him up into that top 4 position he would so love. Whew! BGK Yasin, the debutant, is across the hairpin. He is not on a lap. Behind him is Alfa Luca, who is starting his lap. We haven't saw much of him in this qualifying session. Will that change? Let's hope it does for his sake. The man who won in Britain will stay with him for now. Takes the banking flat out. A very balls move. Takes it in 7th gear. May not be the fastest, but the Ferrari just behind him will come back with Luca towards the end of his lap. LFR Cowman hits the wall very, very aggressively. I don't know if that's just a bit of my lag or that is generally Cowman. More games about to start his lap. Peliguard Jr. pits. And I believe Peliguard will try to get one more lap in. Tom GoPro has a big snap, and he was improving drastically on his lap, and he's had to report it. Kai around the hairpin. There is yellow flags in Sector 1. I believe that is LFR Cowman. We'll come back with Kai in just a second as Hayes is at his spin. He doesn't hit the wall ever so luckily. Kai Pai though crosses the line. He's in 6th gear. He doesn't cross the line. He decides to pit stop. Hayes is left stranded in the middle of the track. Maybe we'll get one more lap in if his pit crew are fast enough. The AlphaTauri of Wheelo now is about to start his lap. We'll come back to him very shortly. Off Luca around the final hairpin. He is not gaining on his time. I'm not too sure if he's still on a lap or he's aborting for next lap. More Games has retired from the session and has not able to set a lap, and I believe he has collided with LFR Kalman as LFR Kalman almost collides with his teammate. Back to Luca though. Luca crosses the line. He does not improve on his time. I believe he is on a double lap though. Let's hope he is for his sake. He will not get another lap in. If not, he has a wobble in turn 1. That is not what he needed. The two Ferraris almost colliding though. A mouth and heart moment. A heart and mouth moment. The Williams though, Super Mug is about to start his lap. His teammate Oliveira has done just the same. The Mercedes of Cyber Joe has started his lap. And there is Super Mug starting his lap, crossing the main straight. We'll have Plimbo also starting his lap, trying to get the latest time as possible. Coming back to Luca, he is down by a 10th and a half on his time. P9 is looking all that is best for him. He is going slowly. Will he have time for another lap? Yes, he will. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Tom GoPro has decided to fit the intermediate tyres. He is not out in the garage yet, but that may be interesting if he tries to get that lap in and improves. Wheelo has hit the wall and has retired. I was about to say I have no idea how that was not a retirement, but I spoke a bit too late there. Wheelo is out of the Grand Prix and he's on the racing line. Drivers need to be very careful on the exit of the banking. We don't need any more collisions. We'll have a look at Balloonatic's point of view. Balloonatic is 5 seconds down on time. Goes across the banking. And Wheelo's ghost has disappeared, but there is front ring along the track. Off went Luca with his final run. I'm not sure how much fuel he has. Let's hope he has enough. We've got a Super Mug fan in the chat. The man is currently P2, the reserve for Williams, I believe. And he has had a big snap. Commentator's curse coming into play there, but he's getting a lovely tow from the hassle on the main straight. Super Mug gets a 120.4. That could have been a lot more. That didn't mean a rhyme, but it did. Super Mug in P2 cannot improve. Tom GoPro has went on the intermediate compound tyre, trying to get that little bit of an advantage for the Alfa Romeo group. Peliguar Jr. starts his lap. Tom GoPro is the next line. Is the next person to meet the line. I'm not too sure how much time is left in the session. The sector flags in sector 1/2 is stopping me from having a little look. 3 seconds left of this session. Tom GoPro manages 30 seconds after the session, sorry, my mistake. Manages to make the line. Whoa, that looked like fun on lightning for a second there. It might just be my screen. Tom GoPro is saying it very cautiously. Luca, I'm not too sure if he's improving on his time. I'm not too sure if he'll do another lap. He has the time if he needs it. Luca crosses the line. It's a 121. Cannot improve. It's looking like Luca is going to have to settle with provisional P9 for now. The Williams of Suamug has a snap, but that doesn't stop Oliveira, but he's not quite, but he does make the line. Oliveira can set another lap, but meanwhile I'm all over the place. I can't get the drive I want. It's Kai Pai who has a spin. The Haas pits. It's now Plimbo, the next man across the line. Goes around the banking, has a bit of wheel spin. There's Kai Pai on the side of your screen. Plimbo crosses the line. It's a 120.9. It's only enough for provisional P9. Whoo! And I believe that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Not just yet, though, as the McLarens. What about the Red Bull? Peliguar Jr. crosses the line. Decides to save his tyres. Balloonatic crosses the line. Finishes. And now the Haas with a purple sector 2. It's Hayes. What can he do towards the end of the race? Luca is up the road. Let's hope he doesn't interfere. Tom GoPro, he was in P3, has had a little spin. Hayes around the final corner. We'll come back to him in just a sec. Off Wembley Court around the final bank in for the last time in this session. Gets a 121.2, improves but not by much. Hayes at the last moment takes front row away from Super Mug 200. Breathtaking things. Tom GoPro crosses the line. And that is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. What a crazy one it was. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your grid position for the race in 5 minutes. First is the Dutchman of Pellegor Jr. getting pole position in his home race. Second is Hayes. Third is Super Mug. Sorry, I have to rush through this. I've got 10 seconds. Fourth is Tom GoPro. Fifth is Wheelo. Sixth is Kai-Fi. Seventh is Plimbo. Eighth is Oliviera. Ninth is Boontick. 10th is Luca. 11th is BGK Yasin the debut. And 12th is Cyber Joe. 13th is King Offer. Then Kalman. And then who sadly DNF'd more games. I had to rush through that. But the main thing is we've got the man who got pole in his home race. His pole position, and it looks like a very, very dry race. That is good for the viewers. Lots of action, hopefully. Pellegor Jr. celebrating in the chat, gets his first pole in SBS. I mentioned he hasn't quite proved himself in this league just yet. Maybe he heard us and maybe he told me to shut the up quite politely. He will be the one who gets the formation up underway. It's not me playing the game on my Apple Watch, I promise. Oh, it's not working. I've got it too tight, for fuck's sake. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. It's professional. I apologise, Bobby. I won't do it ever again, please. I like commentating Division 2. It's very fun. Don't take away my roles, please. I don't even know if I'll be able to commentate Division 2 next season. I might be in it. But anyway, the drivers are readied up. Yeah, again, it's the Red Bull who will get us underway. It is the front row lockout for the Haas and the Williams. The Haas and the Red Bull. Super Mug did not get a start, went into anti-stall. It's a bit embarrassing on his behalf. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is all you need to see from the telemetry point of view. The drivers, Pellegor Jr., Hayes, Super Mug have went on to medium compounded tyre. Tom GoPro is on the softs and also goes very wide. Wheelo goes on to the mediums. Kai-Pai, Plimbo and Oliviera is on softs. The Lunatic and Alpha and Luca is on mediums. BJK Yasin is on the hards, very interesting strategy there. Cyber Joe 2000 on the mediums, King 05 Alpha on the hards, and the Ferrari and Red Bull, who did not set a good lap time on soft. More games may get punished for this if he doesn't catch up with the rest of the grid, so he needs to get a try on. There's the particular pit stop strategy by AWS, soft hards or medium hards. Of course, that is not what the drivers will be picking, as this game doesn't take into account tyre management. More games really needs to get a trot on, along with, I don't know what the Williams is doing either. Super Mug is just on a world of his own. Tom GoPro needs to hurry up as well, can get penalised if it's reported for not catching up with the leader. I feel bad for Super Mug, man just went sicko mode. Meanwhile, Wheelo is telling Tom GoPro to get on with it and hurry up. More games is going slow again. You need to hurry up, my G. You last for a reason. I'm joking. Don't kill us. But anyway, Pellegor Jr. is about to enter his grid stop position. Of course, in F122, one of the new features will be manual grid formations, which will be very interesting, as drivers will be able to rotate their car off the start. I say this every race, every formation lap, but it's just because I don't know what I was saying in the formation lap. It's very boring. But anyway, more games. A couple yards away, and he is in his grid slot. The camera's ready. The green flags are out. The safety car's in the pits. That'd be a nice little deal. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. The Red Bull gets a decent start compared here as they both get a very, very equal start. It is two-way between the Alfa Romeo and the Haas. The Williams is trying to go around the outside. The Williams has managed to sneak up into P2. Meanwhile, behind, the Haas has fallen into P4. Wheeler has stayed in the same position. Luca has moved up one position. Balloon and take on the position. Pelligot Jr. has managed to secure his P1. Meanwhile, P2, 3 and 4 are fighting. But BJK Yasin, the debutant, has been in a massive collision with Plimbull King Arthur. What has happened there? I do not know. And that is the full course safety car. My lord, what have I didn't even witness it. There is a chance of rain at the end of the race, I am being told. It didn't take that long for there to be a safety car, but now I definitely think the mediums will be happy with their choice. It's a bit too early to put on the mediums or hard. Actually, hards could make it to the end, but it's not the best tyre to be on. Woo! The very, very early safety car, and I believe it is the first safety car of this race weekend in all divisions. Next week we'll have Mexico. We will be entering the penultimate races of the season. After this race, I believe there's only 3 left after this race. It's very sad. A lot of this grid won't be here next season. They will either be promoted or demoted with a lot of the skill increasing. I hope I'm still here next season, but that just depends on if I make Division 1 next season. So yeah, as I said, next week is Mexico, the week after is Brazil, and then stupidly enough, I'm saying this on stream, we'll have a drama break. I don't understand the point, just get it over and done with. But after the drama break, we will have Abu Dhabi, and I know a lot of people will not be happy with Abu Dhabi being the final race, but at the end of the day, it's a night race, it's iconic, just live with it. If you want to complain, then do the business that you need to do in the other rounds, so that you don't have to worry about Abu Dhabi being a life changer. But anyway, I'm giving the Williams a lot of screen time as I'm not focusing. I've just died. Fuck's sake. Sorry, shouldn't swear. Oh god. Didn't say that. But yeah, we've got a lot of drivers at the back. That is a beautiful TikTok. Beautiful TikTok. Right there, TikTok, right there. Look, this is what it's about. Thinking about the views. Look at this. No, not that. This, yes. That is what you want. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Beautiful. There's a Williams who I believe... No, never mind. There's the pit stop strategy. Again, Mo Games is deciding to be a little bit of an annoying person, and he's not going fast. But meanwhile, there's a bit of confuffle towards the back of the grid. I do not know how often Lucas managed to drop down to P11. Oh, he's on softs now. He's not on mediums. It's a bit of a dodgy decision. Track position, I believe he was up into P9. But anyway, let's have a look at that. Interval changes. Super Mug has gained a position along with Tongo Pro. Hayes has dropped 2 with a very bad start. Wheelo has just been nice and comfortable staying where he is. Oliveira, though, that Williams has gained 2 positions. Cyber Joe's gained 5. Balloon Tick's gained 1. Kai Pai's lost 3. Kalman's gained 4 somehow. Respect to him. Mo Games has gained 3. King Arthur has stayed where he is. Plimbo has lost 7 with that collision in lap 1. And BJK underscore Yasin. Debutants do not have good luck in SBS, I've realised that. There's the drivers who have made a pit stop, basically everyone towards the back of the grids. No penalties just yet. I'd be quite embarrassed if there was a penalty. My ears have just been bursted. But safety car is in this lap. Before it's in this lap, I'm just going to quickly have a look at the race director. I'll be very surprised if anyone has a warning. Let's see who ruins it. Oh, it's Tom GoPro, the Alfa Romeo. Anyone else? Oh, there's been a collision! What's happened there? Kalman and Kai Pai. And Kai Pai's the one blamed for it. I'm sure that'll be removed. I've got no idea what happened there. I was paused.
I believe it was Carman's fault, and Kai Pai's getting another 5 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. What is happening? But anyway, Pelligua Jr. around the bang and he gets us away. He equips ARS, he hits the wall. Suramug is right behind him. Will he go for a dive bomb? I'm not too sure, but it is 3 wide into turn 1. The Aston Williams, the AlphaTauri, who's going to make it out alive? I can't speak. My voice is gone. Oliveira with a very comfortable move on Hades. Can he make it stick? He's on for fresher softs around the outside of the bang and cannot make it stick. What about off-one? Luca manages to get past Kai Pai, a man who had a lot of comfort under the safety car restart. He also managed to get past Cowman. He is up into P9 and now he's got the medium run-up Lunatic up ahead of him. Tom Go Pro as Supermug has spun it. Supermug has spun it and there's yellow flags up ahead. I believe someone has damage. And it's Kai Pai with damage. That is not what you want to see. And now, it's I don't know who it is, it's Plimbo going slow. Plimbo has damage. What is happening in the Dutch Grand Prix? Luca makes his way up into P8. Oliveira P5. Pelligua Jr. still regains that provisional P1. 60% ARS, a lot less than Tongo Pro. Gets the fastest lap with a 113.6. I really need to calm down, my voice is destroyed. I can't move it probably. None of us speak this much. Woo! Tom GoPro gets the purple sector 1, he's finally using that ARS. Trying to get out of Wheelo's DRS zone, but he's also gaining Pelligua Jr. very, very, very rapidly. Luca is also getting very, very close and uncomfortable to the Lunatic just below. Maybe waiting for the DRS, but that again, Zanvo, a lot. I'm just going to check something, because more games has left session, and I want to prove something. No, he only has one more, never mind. There's an exploit where someone leaves and rejoins the session that all your warnings disappear, and I'm strongly convinced a lot of people in Division 1 do it. But it's fine. We've got the Lunatic and Cyber Joe are very close together. Maybe some team orders coming in soon. DRS is enabled. Tom GoPro doesn't look for the dive bomb just yet. And the Williams of Supermug is the first man to go into the pits after a very, very painful in-lap. 6 laps in the Dutch Grand Prix. 6 times we have crossed that very, very satisfying banking. And it'll happen 31 more times. 30 more times, not 31 more times. Stop. I've just finished the school term. I have a week off. Let us be. Kai Pai is in a world of his own all by himself. A bit like what did happen in Division 2. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Not Division 2. What happened in Canada? I want to go to sleep. He gets a bit with that sector. But Tom GoPro, the first time he's going to get that beat off the DRS along with 13 other drivers. The Mercedes is spun. Cyber Joe, not too sure what's happened there. Luca is up in speed. If the 2 Mercedes cars crashed. Tom GoPro opens the DRS and he is very, that voice crack, oh my god, he is very, very close, and he takes P1, and let's hope he can make it stick. Holy god, that voice crack, oh my days, no one heard that. That was horrible. Back to professionalism, my days. Oliveira's in P4, Hades in P5. Hades has had a very disappointing start, if I must say so myself. There's yellow flags. It's Hades. I've been informed that's a full course safety car. I did not know it was a DNF. That looks like a horrible crash. Ow! And that is the second safety car of the race. And I believe this is the one where the medium runners will pit. The softs may pit as well. I would advise them to. Mediums, actually no, never mind. 29 laps, no it's not. Unless they go onto the hard compounded tyre. The mediums will not make the rest of the race. 20 to 30, 28 laps, no, it's too much. It's way too much. Oliveira puts onto the hards, one of the drivers. I will be back with you very shortly when the safety car restart gets underway. Oh my days, I've just looked at the voice crack and oh my god, it is bad. Can't wait to send that to all my friends and embarrass myself. Safety car still not in this lap. Super Mug pitting again. What is he doing? Come on, we want to get this race underway. There's only 24 laps left. 26? I can't do maths. I'm in set 1 and I can't count at 30. Ah! This is what you get when you choose gaming over school. Thickism. That's not even a word. Proves my point. Kalman gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Come on. Then why is Kalman? But if I swear, if Kalman stops this race, if this, I'm gonna cry. I don't understand how he broke his foot. Oh, Supermug's pit again. What's he doing? Hi, Grizzly. Oh, he's got a 5-second. He keeps pitting because of his penalties. If the safety car's not in this lap, I'm giving Supermug a 20-second time penalty. You heard it here first. It surely can only be out for 5 laps. 3 laps, sorry. It came out at lap 8. Lap 8, lap 9, lap 10. So if it's not in this lap, then I'm going to have some scraps with the F1 game. Anyway, on the plus side, too, are you ready for some dirty humour just again? No, Grizzly, no, it's not the time. I'm trying to be professional. I've already had one of the worst voice cracks in the world, so I'm not in the mood. The safety car is in this lap. Thank the Lord, there is a Williams going slow. I don't know if he spun or anything. Let's hope he didn't, but who should we watch on the restart? Should we watch Balloonitic? Should we watch Tom? Should we watch Luca? Should we watch Mo, who's in the P7? Well, should I say his AI's in the P7? What is Cyber Joe doing? Cyber Joe is basic. What the fuck? What have I just witnessed? But if I was P1, I would go right now. I just have the gap. Tom, go! And Tom Jr. and Wheeler are just behind, along with Luca, who is still warming up his tyres, and Balloonitic. Down into the first turn, Pettigrew Jr. goes very wide, but Wheeler can't get a nose in. Luca's going at a dig at Balloonitic, a very unorthodox part of the track. He almost spins. The move is still there. No, it's not. Can he get a bad run off? Not just yet. Luca chose life over P4, and it was certainly the right decision, but the pace is there. He's going to get it very soon. Has a little look there as well, but it's just not quite yet to be. Wheelo's looking to get past Pettigrew Jr. Pettigrew Jr. is looking to get past Tom GoPro. Tom GoPro is looking to lap Kai Pai, who's yet again pits. I don't know what this man is doing, honestly. The man's very fast, but he is not at all. There's yellow flags, it's the Williams, and that is basically Super Mug's race done and dusted if there's not another safety car. The man has pitted a lot, he just can't get the groove up and running again. Meanwhile, Mo Games' AI is trying to be overtaken by King 05 Alpha. Luca is trying to stay within Balloonitic's DRS. Balloonitic is out of Wheelos, so if the DRS zone opens, Luca will be gifted with P4. Tom GoPro is very close to escaping that 1 second range from Pettigrew Jr. That'll be quite interesting in the final lap without it. And DRS is enabled. The drivers have half a lap to get out of the DRS range. Luca has sadly went out of it. He needs to push. He's got a sector to gain 2 tenths. He can do it. His setup looks very understeery. It's not what you need, but at the end of the day, he is on 10 lap old softs. The world be dying out by now. Luca going for the long game. Luca is really feeling the effect of tyre wear. Cyber Joe has almost went inside. The 1 stop is doable. Well, 2 stops, shall I say, as many drivers did pit in the first safety car. But the mediums will probably most certainly make it from here. I know I've done it myself, but with safety cars happening already, will any driver want to take the risk? I'm not too sure. Tom stays out another lap. Luca, he baited it a little bit. Cyber Joe with the DRS, he is rapidly catching up. Luca maybe should decide to pit stop just before Cyber Joe overtakes him and loses a lot of time. Anyway, back to the front of the grid, we've got Pettigrew Jr. chasing Tom GoPro, and we've got Wheelo chasing Pettigrew Jr. Junior, who did start this race, P1. Tom GoPro started at P3. Wheelo started at P5. I don't know any turn names. I don't know any turn names in Mexico either. Or Brazil, or Portugal, Abu Dhabi. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Tom GoPro. Lovely camera angle. Luca looking to get overtaken. Sorry that I haven't caught it. I'm getting my buttons mixed up. Who's going to get out ahead? Luca will have the better traction. That is phenomenal racing by the two drivers. And Luca stays ahead for now, but that is just the tyre wear showing. Luca has 8% ERS, showing how much he's struggling. And he does decide to play the smart move, lap 15. Will 100%, and he does not take any risk whatsoever to get that 3-second time penalty. But now Oliveira and Cyber Joe going side by side. I said that very enthusiastically. Cyber Joe stays ahead for now. Luca goes on to the medium compound tyre. We'll be hoping to stay on those till the end. It does look like he is in a bit of a pickle, but he's not. He's not, because he's the only driver that has pitted more than once. We don't count Kai-Pai. We do not count Kai-Pai. You know, Tom GoPro and Pelligot Jr. and Wheelo are all in the battle for that maiden race win. Pelligot would love it, as he is a Dutchman. It would be a very nice sight to see. I really hope we can get some interviews in at the end of the race as well. Hayes apologising for the safety car on Discord. Nothing to apologise for, just a mistake. Cowman gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and Cowman is the one that has spun. Well, Mo and Supermug are going dramatically at it. Supermug obviously getting past his AI. Cowman pits. Will Luca get ahead of him? Of course he will. Cowman changing that front wing yet again. I don't know how much that Ferrari pit bull will have left. Let's have a little look at the car sponsored by TikTok. Right there in the bottom right of your screen, you see the little TikTok sign. Best water technology. Tom GoPro is on 15 lap all softs, and I respect him a lot for staying on them for this long. He surely should be getting overtaken sooner than later. Let's have a little look at off-wham Lucart's lap times compared to the other drivers. He's on the freshest tyres of the lot. Can't really compare just yet because he hasn't quite set a lap on these mediums. Tom GoPro has now pitted. How close will the likes of Mo Games get to him and Supermug? Tom GoPro exits in the pit lane. I believe Supermug will get past. More Games may even get past. No, I don't think More Games will he? It's going to be quite interesting. The AI, no, but Luca is only 6 seconds behind and gaining. Now I will be able to have a look at the time difference. Off-wham Luca lap 16, set a 1:13.4. Meanwhile, let's have a quick look. Pelligot Jr., who was in P1, set a 1:13.4. Wait, what did Luca set? 1:34. They're basically around the same. The mediums does have a lot of tyre wear life in them. Luca needs to focus on getting his head down, pushing as hard as he can, hoping there is no safety car, and he will be happy as can be. Pelligot Jr. and Wheelo are now as close as they ever been. Wheelo looks like he's going to get that P1. He's got it before the breaking point even starts. Supermug gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We are halfway through this race, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I am. More Games, the AI is pit. Luca gets past him. It is an Alfa Romeo 910.
There's yellow flags in Sector 2. There's the Ferrari of Carman again. This division is full of the ups and downs. It's got a bit of everything, and that's what you need in an F1 league. Well, the battle of the top two still fighting at it. Pelligot Jr. and Wheelo. Wheelo has the lead just yet. Dead, just for now. The yellow flags. It's the Williams of Super Mug, and that is out. And that is another full call safety car. That is not what Luca wanted at all. That is absolutely atrocious. And now the top, everyone is just... But on the positive side, there will be double stacks. There will be double stacks. The two Mercedes are double stacking. Unsafe pit release is off. Luca may just may get a couple of positions. The Delta's not being very kind to him at all. His teammate managed to get a lot of positions, that's for sure. His teammate may even get P1. Luca, is he free to get past all of these? Yes, he is! Around the hairpin, P5 will be beautiful for him, and he has got it. So he hasn't gained any positions since when he pit, but he hasn't lost any, and that is the main thing. People like Oliveira will have to pit again. 16 lap on softs will be very bad towards the end of the race, along with Cyber Joe, along with Lunatic, along with Pelligot Jr. Wheelo goes on the hards. That's very interesting. Obviously, he is choosing tyre life over speed. I will be gone again. Because another state's gone, I don't know what to talk about, so I apologise, but I believe it's better if I just stay silent instead of waffling. So goodbye for a good 5 minutes. As the safety car is in the slap. Oh no, what's Bobby putting quotes of the day? Oh, it's something I said about Carl, man. Oh god. We'll have a look at that soon.
be Wheelo who gets us underway. Peligor's doing a Max Verstappen and getting right up there. Wheelo is taking the piss here, come on. He gets us underway. Will there be any jumps? It's going to be 3 wide. Can the Alfa Romeos capitalise? It's crazy scenes. It's crazy scenes as the Williams backs out of Alfa and Luca. Lunatic is going quite slow. Lunatic is going very slow on those fresh softs. He should not be doing that whatsoever. Oliveira gets past Luca. Rain will be with us towards the end of the Grand Prix. I'm not too sure if it will be at stay. Lucard's tyre age is really getting to him. Yeah, again, it happened at the start of the race and it's happening towards the end of the race. I will be back very, very shortly. I just need to quickly do something. I'll try to be as quick as possible. I apologise that I need to go, but I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. I should be no later than lap 30. I'm really sorry. And I'm back. It doesn't look like too much has changed. Tom GoPro is closing in on Wheelo. Paddy Jr. has managed to get back into P1. I'm not too sure what happened there. Luca is down in P7. More games. The Ghost is in P9. I'm not too sure if more games can get points at the end of this with them being the Ghost for the majority of the race. Kai is somehow yet again all the way behind. I don't understand what is wrong with this man. Like, honestly, he's so fast he just can't race at all. It's frustrating. Talent wasted. Balloon and Cyber Joe with another, not Cyber Joe and Oliviera with a very nice little battle, but behind we will have King Arthur and Luca. Luca has dropped down into P8. Let's just hope tyre wear helps him towards the end of the race, unless his strategy is not quite as he hoped. That safety car really did not help him at all. Around the banking for the 27th time in this race, 28th if you count formation lap. And there's not really any battles going on the track. We'll have the battle for P6, we'll have the battle for P1, but it's just a lot of DRS trains, no action. More games in the pit for the final time this race on the soft compounded tyre. Surprised Kai's not in there again. Rain is forecasted in around 10 to 15 minutes. That will be too late for this race, which is a good thing, I suppose. Let's hope no drivers do what I did and go into low fuel mode. That will be very disastrous. Yellow flags. It's Calman, please don't play safety car. Caligo Jr. and Tom GoPro having a very nice battle. No Tom GoPro, it's Wheelo, I apologise. Wheelo moves up into P1. And that is not what Peligon needed. Wheelo's tyres will be fantastic towards the end of this race. Yellow flags again, it's Calman again. It's getting a bit boring, Calman, come on. Yellow flags again. Cowman again. Cowman, please. Like, Cowman, please. Cowman pits. Is there another front wing? Don't be another front wing. Don't be another front wing. It's another front wing, for fuck's sake. Cyber Joe, spin. Spun. He still has a full front wing, that's good for him, but bad for him at the same time. That brings everyone up to position. It's around now, the softs will die off. Everyone needs to hope that they do. Five laps left of this Grand Prix. And then you hurry up. It's got a bit boring towards the end, if I do say so myself. It's raining. Oh, I thought it was raining already. My days. That got scary. The clouds are coming a little bit. I don't think it'll be quick enough for rain though. I'm being asked to remove Grizzly's timeout. I don't really think I should do that, Grizzly. Caligor Jr. is still in the 1 second range of Wheelo. Anything can happen. It's not over until it is over. On and off the track. Caligor Jr. as the race goes on will get more desperate. I've just been informed I've burnt 317 kilocalories today. Someone just asked the question in chat, but I didn't see it all. I think it said when I were moving to the new server. I am not quite sure. King off, I get a 3-second time penalty, which will be very crucial to his race time. He's also trying to get past Oliveira, who's on all softs. You know, Tongo Pro is very close to Caligor Jr. Caligor Jr., what's happened there? And he gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cut, and I thought I heard a bit of gravel, but I was not expecting that. And that, I'm sure, is Caligor Jr.'s hopes of P1 gone just like that. But meanwhile, the battle for P6 is the only one here. King Arthur goes a bit wide. He has a 3-second time penalty. He needs these soft compound tires to die unless nothing will happen. So around now, rain will come in. There's more yellow flags. It's Pellegrin Jr. again. What is happening? He can't make that turn. It's disaster for him. And now Pellegrin Jr. has lost P3 to Ballunatic. If he can make it stick around the inside. This is fantastic driving towards the end of the race. Hands and mouth moment. Pellegrin's went wide. He's hit Ballunatic. And Ballunatic is up into P3, but not without consequences. Pellegrin Jr. is letting everyone past. I believe he does have damage. He's going to the side of the track. I believe he's going to hit that retire button. There's not time to set a fastest lap. Pellegrin Jr. It's went from, pardon me, it's went from glory to disaster. Luca is still in for top 5 if he can just get within that 3-second range of King 05 Arthur, and then it'll be worth it. Wheelo is looking to have this race done and dusted. Around the final corner. He starts the final lap of the Dutch Grand Prix. It's the last chance King Arthur's going to get to overtake Oliveira down the main straight. They both have no ERS. King Arthur can't get close enough. That might have been it if he made a little lunge. Oliveira very cautious on those soft tyres. A very weird line for Arthur. He just needs to get within those 3 seconds. Can he do it? Luca needs to get within those 3 seconds. Arthur just needs to overtake Oliveira. It doesn't really matter because Arthur's just trying to get out of the 3 seconds of Arthur and Luca. But meanwhile, there's no other battles on this track, so we'll stick with this until the end. There is raindrops and King Arthur has had a big snap. And that might be it. How much time did it gain? Luca, not a lot at all. That was not good. There's raindrops. I don't know if it'll be enough. There is rain. Will it be enough towards the end? I'm not too sure. I know first went a bit wide again. Is he bluffing under pressure? I'm not too sure. Luca can't. Luca's not gaining enough. But there it is, folks. Wheelo crosses the line to win the Dutch Grand Prix. Second is Tom GoPro. Third is Ballunatic. Fourth is Oliveira. Fifth is King Arthur. Sixth is R4M Luca. Seventh is Ballunatic. Eighth is Pellegrin Jr., who went from absolute glory to disaster. Cyber Joe had a bit of a wobble there. Ninth is Kai-Fi. I have no idea how this man has finished in points. 10th is Mo Games, who will not get any points. So 11th is Kalman, who I think I will promote into P10. Kalman's saying it was AI, so let's not give Kalman points then. Never mind. There will sadly not be any interviews. I'm very rushed at the moment, but thank you for joining once again. There is your top 3. At least we got one, I believe. Was that a Dutch flag? Was it a Dutch flag? Let's see, come on. I need to see if that was a Dutch flag. Move, Wheelo, I don't want to see your head. Move. Up. Camera up. It was a Dutch flag. We got one Dutchman on the podium. An Irishman and a Briton. That didn't make sense. And a Brit. There is your top 3. Here is your race results. Wheelo and Pete. I've already said it. I'm not going to say it again. Here is your race director if anyone needs it. Quite a lot of warnings today. I'm not too happy. Quite a lot of collisions, not warnings, sorry. There it is. Just go back up. There is not a lot of penalties that was handed out. There's your pit stops, not that it matters. And I will see you next week in Mexico. Exact same time, Friday the 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4th of June. Oh, it's the 5th. I don't know if it's the 3rd. I don't know if May has 30 or 31 days. I'm not too sure. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We will see you next week.